guys. Canning. Another lens. I will be doing some canning videos in the next while. I haven't figured out when, but I'd like to do that. I have heard people express that they'd like to learn, but it's intimidating, especially in the community that I live in. Canning is another example of a strength that I had to work at. And I did hours of research for months and weeks on end when I decided to try canning. I had always been fascinated with it, and there's so many ways of doing it. We have USDA standards, we have the ball canning methods, we have the Amish, and we have the way other people in other countries do it. There's different safety standards, there's different spectrums of what constitutes creativity versus standard guidelines, and I believe there's a middle path for both. I would like to teach this skill in a way that benefits others. I do small batch canning in an electric canner, and I do things that a lot of people, homesteaders, will do, but isn't so much the most common thing. And I do things that are a little more creative. I leave it to you to learn the methods and come to your own conclusions. My relationship with canning started 11 years ago. I had weight loss surgery and also stomach issues from Crohn's and health issues with fibromyalgia. So when I had all these things come up, I started looking at food as a whole differently. I hadn't been diagnosed yet with autism. I just knew that canning interested me, but I felt nervous about it. My experience with it was limited in the sense that I watched my mom can some 2 or 3 years and then cut down all of our fruit trees when I was a little kid when they went bad. And then my experience with canning was helping my mother-in-law one year with tomatoes, which probably is what opened the door for me. I started to realize that I had an interest in it, and the science fascinated me, and the creativity of some of the recipes. Also, I had a need to have things that were within my control for my diet. I started using food as a way to be healthy, not just as a vice. When I started to make positive changes and lose weight. So I had a need to control what was in my food. I was so sensitive to things like the preservatives for the longest time, and I just had texture issues and other side effects from my other health conditions, and I needed a way to store food and just be able to open a can of something really fast when I wasn't feeling well. And started canning tomatoes, and I started to make a list of what my needs were. And from there, I learned to can meat, which is what I primarily do, soups, make my own soup recipes, meals in jars, like full meals that are in jars, desserts. And I don't do as many pickles or jams and jellies as a lot of people do, but I make things that are a little bit different. So I like to do European and Amish recipes. Those have some different they're just fun. And I can things that make use of stuff that I have. So some of the funner things that I've made, like the rum sauce, can be canned. And somebody reached out to me recently asking me to teach them. And I think it could be a good opportunity to show that it doesn't have to be intimidating. I was so scared of it for the longest time. It was one of the biggest fears I had, and then it turned into one of the things I enjoy doing the most. There's a sense of growing something yourself and then turning it into a really yummy meal and preserving it for the future to be enjoyed. Anyways, that's just my 2 cents on canning. I've shit canned a lot of things, and I've given many canned responses. When it comes to canning or enjoying any type of food and being creative with the recipe, you can do it. Anyways, I just wanted to share those thoughts, and I'll be figuring out maybe some things to do that's not completely done by everybody else. Everybody cans jam, everybody cans tomatoes, but there's a few things other people don't can. You just have to be open minded and safe while doing it. Do your own research, do your own conclusions. It's been fun. Have a good one, guys.